Greetings, fellow candle fans. My name is Andrea. I'd like to welcome you to Candle Chatter. Today is Sunday. It's the beginning of August, and it's a chilly, rainy day here in southwestern Ohio. It's the perfect day for lighting up Fall Farmhouse from Caramel Sundays. This is one of the candles that I purchased in their July launch, and I loved it on cold sniff. And I have to say, I'm really enjoying it also as it burns. This candle's been going, I would say, for a couple hours, and it's just now starting to fully pull out. I haven't put this one under a hurricane at all. I've just been burning it here in my kitchen. We have 10-foot ceilings here in my kitchen. So, and it's open to my open concept living room that has 20-foot ceilings. I probably should have hurricaned it, but we're going to be home all day today, so we have plenty of time to let this burn and pull out. This fragrance has notes of peaches and pears. It has spice, it has vanilla in it. And this fragrance, I thought it might be similar because it has a peach note to what I'm burning in my closed concept primary bedroom, but they're two different animals. They blend well together, but Fall Farmhouse is more spice forward than what I'm burning in my primary bedroom, which we'll see in just a moment, which I think really makes it an appropriate place to burn here. It's really an appropriate scent to burn here in my kitchen. And it's throwing really well. You can smell it from one end of the kitchen to the other, and you can smell it in my open concept living area. I don't think it'll creep to the front of the house. That would be kind of a big ask, but I am starting to smell it in my dining room, and my dining room is adjacent to my kitchen. So it has really good, it seems to have really good strength, and it seems to have really good throw. Because I didn't burn this in a hurricane, I'm just wondering if putting it in a hurricane wouldn't ramp it up just a little bit more. At the moment, I'd say it's around a 6. But this isn't a dedicated review, so I'm going to close on that note and take you over to what I'm burning in my primary bedroom. This is Fall Gathering in my primary bedroom, and it has notes of peach, berries, cinnamon, clove, and spice. And while it shares the peach note that Fall Farmhouse has, I think the berries in here makes this a little bit brighter of a scent. It's a little more, I don't want to say tart, but it's not as spice forward, and the berries make it seem a little bit brighter and a little, not really tart, but a little, just, I think brighter is probably the best word to use, combined with the peaches. And again, I think the peach note in this probably isn't as much of a cooked peach as you get in Fall Farmhouse. That too is a little of a fresher peach, and when the two combine, you have a fragrance that, while it does blend well with Fall Farmhouse, they're as I said earlier, they're two completely different animals. Right now, I think I like Fall Gathering a little bit better. I like the brightness of it. You do get the spice, but it's more in the background. With Fall Farmhouse, it's not. It's more spice forward than this one, and you don't get as much of the fruit notes in that one as you do in this. I would think that this one would, and I think I mentioned this on my cold sniff review, this one would be a really great one to burn at Thanksgiving time, because I don't see it interfering with whatever cooking smells that you've got going. You know, I think it would blend well with the smell of roasting turkey and the smell of dressing. I'm a mood burner, so if I'm in the mood for something like this, I'm going to go ahead and burn it. I'm not going to save it. But I think this is a really good September, October, and maybe even into November fragrance. It's a good one, and I'm looking forward to reviewing it. I think we're going to close for the afternoon, and a little later I will bring you over and show you what I've got burning in the evening, but that's a few hours away. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. I hope you're having some really nice weather or spending some time with family. That's what we got to do this weekend. We had company. Family came in and stayed with us. Joe's brother and his wife have been married for 25 years, and the brothers and sisters threw them a surprise anniversary party, and boy, were they surprised. It was a really fun time, and it was nice to see two such great people not only be surprised, but really appreciative of all the love that they got from family. So this is where I'm going to close, and I will see you all in a little while. Sunday night's burn is Blankets and Books from Gift Gala. This is another really unique scent from this 100% soy wax company. It has notes of pumpkin vine, cinnamon bark, cloves, spiced, caramelized amber, and smoldering embers. As you might anticipate, this does have a spice note, but you smell the clove more than you do than anything like a cinnamon. It is definitely a cinnamon bark, not a craft store cinnamon. It's definitely like the cinnamon sticks that you would buy, say, to stir your coffee with. And the pumpkin, it's definitely a pumpkin vine, not a pumpkin, because there's a little bit of a green note in this fragrance. The caramelized amber is definitely there. It's kind of deep, and the smoldering embers give it a really rich note. I'm not quite sure how they did it or how Shelby figured out how to do this blend, but you almost get the sense of what a library smells like or what a book smells like when you open it. Not an old musty book, but just a very well-loved, treasured book that you've maybe had in your collection for a long time. It's a little bit worn. The pages are a little bit dog-eared. And it has that scent of the paper that a well-loved book is made of. I honestly can see someone getting a book and maybe a cup of coffee or some hot cocoa and snuggling under a blanket. It's that kind of a fragrance. I am really enjoying this fragrance from Gift Gala. Blankets and Books. It's just almost indescribable. It's so unique. You really have to smell it in order to see what I'm talking about and to experience it. That's all for tonight. I hope everyone had a great Sunday. Until tomorrow, good night. We kind of have the great blueberry war going on this Monday morning at our house. I am burning BooBerry Bakehouse in my entryway. This is a really good place for me to burn a fragrance to see how it throws. If it throws into the back of the house, into the dining room, and into my studio area, and then into the kitchen and the main living area, I know we've got a good thrower on our hands. And so far, BooBerry Bakehouse is doing a really nice job. Kudos to you, BooBerry Bakehouse. We will leave this little beauty behind, and I will go on and show you what I've got burning in my open concept, which, by the way, is mixing beautifully with BooBerry Bakehouse. Burning next to my TV, we have Blueberry Pumpkin Pancakes from Gift Gala. This is a beautiful fragrance, and oh boy, does it smell good with BooBerry Bakehouse from Caramel Sundaes. This is a really nice mix of blueberry and pumpkin with just a hint of syrup. And I will say I've burned this enough that I'm ready to do a review on it this week, just in case you want to pick it up when you go shop the October Traditions launch that Gift Gala is doing. Okay, we are done. The final contestant in the Great Blueberry Wars is Autumn Blueberry Crumble from That Candle Place. I have really enjoyed this scent. Of all the blueberry scents I've burned lately, and there are a lot of them, this one probably has the most note that this really is a crumble. The blueberry is in there, but you also have the essence of the crumble, the oatmeal, the brown sugar, and the spices. So this is a really nice fragrance to burn this time of the year if you still want the brightness of a blueberry, but you're not quite ready for anything heavy. You want something with a little bit of spice and a little bit of that comforting crumbled note. This would be a really nice choice. That is it for the Great Blueberry Wars of Monday morning. I am going to go and film another clip that will be part of this video. So I will see you shortly. Guess what? I've been thrifting again. I've been shopping on eBay again. Although I have featured these vessels and these pedestals in both a YouTube short and an Instagram post, I wanted to go a little bit more in depth about them here on Sunday Scent Sessions. This particular pedestal is from last year, and it was from Bath & Body Works. Amy from Beloved Fragrance Finds has this, and she featured it in one of her videos. I went online and just did a general search for fall candle stands and Halloween candle pedestals, and this is one of the ones that popped up. And one of the vendors was offering it at a really good price with extremely reasonable shipping. So I snatched it up because I just thought it was so pretty. This retailed, I think, for around $35, and I got it for a whole heck of a lot less. The jar that's on top is a honeycomb jar from Gift Gala, and I think the combination is so elegant and so beautiful. I really love it, but let me show you what else this will fit. This also fits. This is also from Hello Z from Gift Gala. It also fits an apothecary jar from any candle company. Caramel Sundays. That Candle Place. Copper Candle Co. And I also like the way it looks with these amber jars from Gift Gala. That's a really pretty combination. And I wanted, now it doesn't fit the KRINGLE 3 wicks. I did try that. I thought maybe it would, but it doesn't. And this is the new fragrance that I got from CELLAR and Ash called Applejack. And look at how pretty that is. I just love this pedestal. I think it's gorgeous, and I'm going to have a lot of fun using it. Let's switch things out just a little bit. Put this aside for the moment. This is a Homeworks candle pedestal. Now this is one that you really, really have to shop for, and I'll tell you why. Because these can be offered on eBay or Vintage or Mercari for absolutely, the prices are through the roof, and the shipping is even worse. I happened to stumble across this one at a very, very reasonable price with cheap shipping, so I snatched it up right away. I wanted this specifically for the KRINGLE 3 wicks, and I believe it also holds the KRINGLE 4 wicks. Let me show you what a KRINGLE 3 wick, let me bring it, oops, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you seasick there. This is what it looks like with a KRINGLE 3 wick on it, and this is why I say there's plenty of room, and I believe Melanie from Mr. Kong's mom talked about these Homeworks pedestals because she has quite a collection. And if I'm not mistaken, they do fit a Kringle 4-wick. And of course, they fit an apothecary jar, and they'll fit the little 3-wick that I showed you from Gift Gala. They'll also fit the amber jars from Gift Gala. So it's a really versatile stand because it's nice and wide. And I'm looking forward to using it. Like I said, I bought this specifically for the Kringle Halloween candles and also for the candles that I plan to order from Caramel Sundays because they have a Halloween launch as well. And last but not least, this is a little mud pie candle holder. And again, this will hold this little 12 ounce from CELLAR and Ash. It does really well with an apothecary, or excuse me, the amber jars. And of course, it'll fit an apothecary jar. Oops, sorry. I apologize. I keep banging my ring light. So this one, I found this available at one time. Copper Candle Co. carried it. I believe that Candle Place also carried it. I want to say Rust and Cinder carried it. You can find it sometimes on Amazon. The maker is Mud Pie, and it's not an uncommon little holder, but I just thought it was so cute I had to share it with you. That's it for this segment. I'm going to sign off for now, and I will see you later on to show you what I'm burning this evening. I have honey and hearth burning in my wax warmer tonight. This is part of the October Traditions launch from Gift Gala that's happening on August the 6th, starting at 9 a.m. Central Time. This is a beautiful scent. It's got the warmth of honey. There's a little bit of smoke in it. And I was really anxious to see what it smelled like when it was warming. It was either between this or Autumn Ritual, and in the end, I decided to give this one a try. That's it for Monday. I hope you had a good one. It was busy for me. Hope it was productive for you as well. Good night. It's Tuesday morning, and I burned blueberry pumpkin pancakes from Gift Gala. You've seen that candle before, so I didn't record me burning it. I did a dedicated review on it and posted it on YouTube if you want to head on over to YouTube and take a look at it. Then this afternoon around noonish, I lit up Applejack from CELLAR and Ash, a new to me candle company. This has been a very interesting burn. It took this candle, I would say, at least 2 hours to pull out. The burn has been very clean. There hasn't been any sooting. This is a soy wax blend, and it's soy wax blended with other vegetable oils, and I'm going to have to do some more research. I know I watched a video that Emily, the owner of CELLAR and Ash, did, and she talked about her wax blend. There's no paraffin in it, but it is a blend of soy and I think 2 other waxes, so I need to rewatch that video and make notes about what those waxes are, because that blend causes this to pull out rather slowly. So you get a very long burn, and it takes a while for this to start throwing. After a couple hours, it starts to throw, and now we're at about the 6-hour mark. And while it's not filling my open concept space, it is throwing into my primary bedroom. It's throwing down my hallway towards the front of the house, and it is throwing a little bit into my open concept. Now, part of the way it's throwing could be due to airflow. I didn't put a hurricane on this because I wanted to see how it performed without a hurricane, and so far it's been really nice. Let me show you. This is after 6 hours. This is what the wax pool looks like. So although this is an expensive candle, it is kind of a slow burn. And let me show you, that's what the flames look like. There's not really any big carbon balls. There's no curly wicks. It's doing a really, really good job. So this has been interesting. And I love this fragrance. It's a little bit apple, it's a little bit woody. You get I believe it's you get the gingerbread in here, and you also get some caramel. It's been a nice fragrance. I like it very much. So I will report back as I burn this some more, but so far I'm liking CELLAR and Ash. This isn't a beast fragrance by any stretch of the imagination, but for me, that's okay. I don't always need a beast fragrance. And I think this would be a nice burn in my primary bedroom. So next time I light it up, I'm gonna put it there and I'll get back to you on it. I'll be back in a little bit and let you know or show you what I'm burning this evening. Fall Festival from Gift Gala has turned out to be an absolutely beautiful evening burn here in my primary bedroom with those scent notes of apple and cranberry and clove and cinnamon. It's so bright. It's more bright and fruit forward so far than it is spicy. You get those spice notes, but they're not overpowering. Is this anything unique or out of the box? No, not really, at least not so far. Do I mind that at all? Nope, I absolutely do not. I love a fragrance like this because it's going to pair well with so many other scents in my collection. I can see this if you wanted to add a kick of spice to pair this with something like Grandma's Kitchen. So you'd get the brightness of the cranberry and the apple and the spice forward punch of Grandma's Kitchen. You could pair this with a blueberry scent of some sort, like the one I was burning earlier today, blueberry pumpkin pancakes. And the two would mix just great. Because it's not real heavy on the spices, I think this would be a really nice transitional burn too. I would definitely burn this now, and I would also burn it in September because of the brightness of the cranberry and the apple together. If you didn't want to go right, full on spicy pumpkin, this would be a wonderful choice. That is it for Tuesday. I'm going to sign off. Good night, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. It was a busy Wednesday and I had a bunch of appointments. It was evening before I was able to light a candle. I lit this one about 6 o'clock. It's probably been going for, I would say, 2 hours, and I'll extinguish it around 10 or so. On Cold Sniff, baked cinnamon peaches, all I smelled was peaches. That's it. There was a little hit of cinnamon way in the background, but for me personally, it was all about the peach. However, as this is burned, the spices have come out with this, and I get a lovely cinnamon and vanilla that's mixing with the peaches, and it is absolutely gorgeous. On top of that, this scent is a creeper. It's strong. The strength is probably around a 7, bordering on an 8, and it is throwing all over my house. This is on my fireplace mantle, and it's throwing into the kitchen, and it's throwing all the way to the front of the house to my front door at the other end of the open concept living area. So this is a great scent, and I'll be doing a review on it tomorrow. So this is what I'll be burning in the morning on Thursday morning. Until tomorrow, I hope everyone has a lovely evening. Hope you have sweet dreams. Good night. This morning, I burned baked cinnamon peaches and filmed it for both Instagram and YouTube. So if you want to see, I did a Instagram post with a written review and then a detailed review on YouTube. So if you want to see those, head on over to one or the other and check them out. I started Applebutter Bakehouse this afternoon about 1 o'clock or so. This has scents of apple butter and pumpkin puree, I believe. Salted honey and spices and butter. This has been a weird burn. When I lit it out in my open concept, I couldn't smell it. I didn't put it in a hurricane. When I got up close to it, I could detect it, but it wasn't throwing anywhere. It just stayed right where it was on my fireplace mantle. So I moved it over next to my TV to see if the airflow over there would help it, and no, nothing. It still stayed exactly where it was. So after about 3 hours, I extinguished it and let it rest for a while. I trimmed the wicks, and then after dinner, I brought it into my closed concept primary bedroom. I put it in a hurricane and I burned it in a hurricane for about 2 hours, and it was a little bit better. I did detect it in the immediate vicinity where it was located, but it wasn't very strong. So I transferred it over here. This is a little nightstand this is a nightstand that's right next to the bed, to see if I could smell it a little bit better. So I'm going to burn it here for a while. I don't know if this just isn't meant to be a strong fragrance, if it hasn't cured long enough. I've never had a gift gala scent be quite this weak before. So I will give it a chance, because soy wax, sometimes it takes anywhere from 2 to 4 burns for it to wake up, and this might just be one of those fragrances. I know Shelby pours to order, so it may need a little time to cure. I will be patient with it. I will give it a chance. I probably won't review it until it's got a couple of more burns under its belt. What I can smell of the fragrance is lovely. It truly is a mix of apple butter and I believe a pumpkin puree. You detect the spices in there, but they're very mild, and there's the sweetness of honey, but it's not a bold honey note like you would get in Honey Darling or Honey and Hearth, which is part of the October Traditions release. That's all for tonight, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful Thursday. I hope you have a good night's rest, and I will see you on Friday. Bye. It's Friday morning, and guess who decided to wake up for the weekend? I guess Applebutter Bakehouse wanted to party, because this baby is throwing like nobody's business. I've only had it on my mantle for about an hour, and you can smell it in my primary bedroom, which is right next door. You can smell it in the kitchen, and you can smell it at the front of the house. So while it does take Applebutter Bakehouse a little while to wake up, once she wakes up, she is ready to go. I will talk to you later on this afternoon. Hope you're having a great day. Bye. It's cold. Well, not cold. It's chilly. it's raining this Friday evening. We've got some monster thunderstorms that are supposed to move in a few hours. And I just felt like burning pumpkin cashmere from Kringle. It seemed like the perfect cozy scent for a Friday evening. This is the final burn for the week. As I've said before, this is the fragrance I never thought I'd love, but I do. It was such a surprise to me. It's creamy, it's a little bit spicy, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's not a monster fragrance, and I think that's why I was afraid to order it, but the strength is just perfect for me, and I'm really enjoying it. That's it for me for this week. I hope everyone has a great weekend, that you have something fun planned. We really don't have anything exciting going on, but that's okay. Sometimes it's good to just kind of hang around and do nothing. I will see everyone on Sunday. Until then, you take care, my friends. Bye.